Good morning, English 3-1, and good morning to our dear Professor, Dr. Maria Agnes P. Laja. At this point, I will be continuing the report about Chapter 3, which is the methodology, and my part is Research Locale. Without further ado, let's start. What can you see in the picture? A map, right? Map is simply related to our topic for today as we are talking about place or location. Now let's discuss thoroughly what is it all about in the next slide. Selecting a research area is the very first step in writing your research. It is important for you to choose a research area that is interesting to you professionally as well as personally. Experienced researchers note that a topic in which you are vaguely interested at the start is likely to become a topic in which you have no interest and which you will fail to produce your best work. Ideally, your research area should relate to your future career path and have a potential to contribute to the achievement of your career objectives. The importance of selecting a relevant research area that is appropriate for research writing is often underestimated by many students. This decision cannot be made in haste. Ideally, you should start considering different options at the beginning of the term. However, even when there are only few weeks left before the deadline and you have not chosen a particular topic yet, there is no need to panic. Research locale is a term that refers to a specific area and or subject that is being studied in a research project. Planning your study is the most important part of the whole process or the whole research process. You need to carefully devise a number of questions and aims that you are attempting to discover. The research locale is vital in this process because you need to make decisions on what specific subject you are researching and what location you are going to be conducting it in. The word local simply means a place or area. Area. You use the word when you are talking about events or actions connected to the place. By the way, there are actually two ways of pronouncing the word local. In British English, it is pronounced as local. However, in American English, we can pronounce it locale. Okay? So, a research locale is simply the place where research takes place. For example, a medical study, the locale may be a hospital. It's very similar to the word location. It is part of research where you state the place where you will conduct your experiment. Simply put, research setting is the physical, social, or experimental context within which research is conducted. In a laboratory experiment, the setting is more controlled, so you would need to describe which environmental variables were controlled and how. It can also be called a research site, which is a place where people conduct research. Common research sites include universities, hospitals, institutes, and field research locations. So, why do we select such a locale for research? Certain locales have research potential in terms of exploring new phenomena. If you want to conduct a research and come out with something interesting, you need to be careful and thorough while selecting a location of study. For instance, many studies have been done on a certain location already, so you won't find it so much worth exploring further. Instead, you'd want to explore something new in different locations. That's why your interests, the studies done already, the potential to explore new things, etc. All of these are counted and taken into consideration when you decide a locale of a study. Certain locations are interesting as always. For instance, any location in India can be a potential study locale due to diversity of Indian society. You might be asking what is the importance of including the geographical population of study or the study area in research methodology. So, people can ascertain the validity of the study and the relevance of the study to the issue being exampled. So, I have here different set of examples. Actually, I got these examples from a researcher slash blogger online. So, he conducted a study on which do people like more landlines or cell phones, and he found out that 95% prefer cell phones. If he conducted that study in New York City, it wouldn't mean much because everyone has cell phone and cell phone reception there. But if he conducted that survey in, say, the Yukon Territory in Canada, where no one uses cell phones because there is no service, and yet his study showed 95 preferred cell phones, that would be significant because even though people couldn't use them, they still preferred them. Second example, he did a political study in Texas and he found out that 96% preferred to have a Democrat for president. If he only polled Democrats, that wouldn't mean much since you'd expect Democrats to support Democrats. If he polled a mixture, say one third Democrats, one third Republicans, and one third independents, and found 96% preferred a Democrat for president, that would be a major significance, especially to the Democrats. Third example, he conducted a survey and found that 89% of the people did not want their taxes raised to pay for a new library in Thurston, a suburb of Springfield, and 93% said they were against it. If he only called people in Springfield, it would mean much. But if he called people in Thurston and they were against the new library, 96%, that would mean a lot. A study where you don't need or where you don't know the parameters is useless. You have to know who the opinions are coming from and where they live to be able to fully accurately evaluate your results. Based from research, there are actually two types of location for conducting research. The first one is laboratory studies. So some examples of those are physiological laboratory experiments, chemistry and physics experiments, psychological and microbiological experiments are laboratory experiment designed to control the possibility of extraneous variables influencing the effect of the independent variable on the dependent variable. In the laboratory setting, it is possible to control the environmental variables such as temperature, humidity, light, and sound, as well as physiological variables such as nutrition and hydration of the subjects during the experiment in clinical researches. Another example of research setting or research locale is the field study. So simply means they occur somewhere other than in a controlled laboratory setting. They occur in natural settings and use a variety of methods such as field experiments, participant observations in villages or hospital wards, interviews in home or office, questionnaires sent to research subject, and anything that does not occur in a controlled laboratory setting. So the field study or the research study that we're actually conducting right now, it actually falls down under this field study. So now let's move on to some of the examples of research locale, which can be found in different researches found online. So we have here, the study was conducted at Marinduque National High School. All right, so that is the place. So a DepEd managed partially urban secondary public school and the mother school of all secondary public school in Marinduque. So as you can see, the researchers didn't only mention the location of the study. However, he actually added a description as to what is it all about that location. So continuing, this school comprises senior high school and offers two tracks which are academic and technical vocational tracks. Under academic track are general academic strand or GAS and science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM. It is located at ISOC 1, Buwak, Marinduque. So the researcher actually includes as well the latitude. Alright, and then the write-up was done at Pilibuak, Marinduque. Upon researching some examples about research locales, some researchers also included a map, like a Google map of the location actually. Another example, this study will be conducted at Polillo National High School, Extension, found at Barangay Languyin. It is located between Sitio Macnit, Barangay Languyin, and Barangay Canicanyan, Polillo, Quezon. It is about an hour walking to reach the school. The school is composed of 10 teachers and 205 officially enrolled students. So as you can see from the two examples that we have, the researchers are not just actually um, trying to put itself the location of the study. They also try to explain the reason as to why they chose the study. They actually give some description about the location of the study. All right, another example. This study will be conducted in the Philippines. The respondents will be interviewed in their houses or any comfortable place that the respondent will choose to. The researchers also gathered respondents residing in USA. These respondents will be interviewed via video chat. The researchers chose the place of implementation because it will give the researchers the needed information for people with spina bifida or bifida. The study will be conducted in the first semester of academic year 2016 and 2017. So, compared to the two previous examples that we have, this example actually included as well when. All right, so the time frame. So that is actually possible for us when we're going to write our methodology under research locale. Okay. All right, so another example, I think this is the last example that we have. This research study was conducted at Central Mindanao University, Dologon, Maramag, Bukidnon, Philippines. Central Mindanao University is a public research university located at the heart of Mindanao Island in Maramag. It is, okay, so as you can see there, the researcher mentioned already the location. Next, it is one of the only two state universities in the province of Bukidnon and is one of the top performing universities in the country. So that is a description. Central Mindanao University is composed of 9 colleges, which are the College of Architecture, College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business and Management, College of Education, College of Engineering, College of Forestry and Environmental Science, College of Human Ecology, College of Nursing, and College of Veterinary Medicine, with more or less than 10,000 students and about 300 faculty and staff. Musuan Peak is one of its important landmarks. The students are studying in the said university are coming from the different parts of the country with different beliefs, culture, and tradition. So, from the examples that we have, so some reminders that we can have from those examples are this. First, we need to, of course, mention the location itself. Next, provide descriptions, and if you can explain why did you choose that location, you can actually do so as well. And then, if it is, if you also know the time frame as to how long will you take time to do the research, you can also put that one. All right, so these are my resources. All right, so I think that's it for this point for Research Locale. Thank you so much for listening and stay away from COVID.